Hello and welcome to the Kombat cast you've all been waiting for.
Patch Notes!
Patch Notes Kombat cast. There we go. I am Tyler Lansdowne, Community Specialist at NetherRealm Studios.
Derek Kurtzik, Designer.
Paulo Garcia, Designer.
Steve Brownback, QA Analyst.
Jen.
Hi guys.
All right, there we go. Hey, a quick announcement before we start the patch notes. We got a few things to talk about. I want to say congratulations to Forever King for winning Summer Jam. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Was
Congratulations,
that yesterday?
that was awesome.
So yeah, congratulations Forever King. He's been working in the lab and he's come back and shown that he is the top guy right now. Well, Sonic Fox is probably the top guy, but good win.
But he beat Fox.
But he beat Fox, so hold that. I don't know, is that what you're supposed to say?
Predator was pretty awesome.
Predator was great. Good to see. Can I also say something? I want to give a big congratulations to somebody who's in this room right now.
Ooh, is it Paulo?
No.
Is it me?
No.
Jen?
No.
You?
No.
Steve!
Good guess. Everyone, a lot of people don't know this yet. Steve Brownback is now a full-time member of the NetherRealm Studios family. Very exciting to have you here, Steve, as a full-time QA analyst here to help us with all this stuff. So now you're going to have to really...
Stop taking days off.
Yep. No more days off for you, okay? So you're here. So Steve's here. He's going to help us with the patch notes, as will Paulo. I say we get started.
Yeah, that was it. That's all we have.
That's all we really have.
Yeah.
So let's start with general gameplay fixes.
Okay.
So there's a lot of stuff in the game that just kind of got tweaked. What kind of stuff is the most... Here's the deal. After the stream, about within 30 minutes, follow the NetherRealm Twitter, and we'll be posting the full patch notes on our forum. So there are some things today that we probably won't talk about. Mm-hmm. Some minor frame stuff, some things that are just quality of life issues that may not get mentioned. There's going to be a lot of stuff we won't talk about. So please look at our patch notes for the full rundown about a half hour after the stream goes. Sounds good? Let's talk about general fixes. What are you most excited about?
Probably the biggest one is most every form of the option selects are just gone. So things like being able to do a normal attack and then get a bunch of inputs in before a special move command would have caused where that special move wouldn't come out when if the move hit as opposed to a block. That's gone.
Okay.
There's a few moves that have timing ones like Raiden's back 2. You can't do back 2 and then do a special move timing input where the move would come out on block but not on hit or vice versa. Those are also gone. There's a lot of the ones where on wake up and reversal you could have kept holding block and then got a special move input or a backdash. That's also gone. You have to do the special move input correctly now. Pretty much every form of the option selects are just gone.
So, but are there some option selects that still remain in the game?
There's a few that are in there on the timing ones, like a lot of the command grab timing ones are still there. There's a few other ones, but it's mainly the ones that got into like 50-50s into an option select, into like a safe special move. Those are the ones that we make sure we removed.
So that's pretty big stuff. The option select is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big change to the balance of the game in terms of risk reward. The gist of it is, you used to be able to input a combo or a normal attack, and then with the right timing you could do a special move that would only come out on hit. So for example, with Katana, I could do back 3 fan lift. If you blocked it, I would just get back 3, and that would keep her safe. If it hit, I'd go into the fan lift and get the full combo. Now, I'm going to have to do the proper thing, which is if I think it's going to hit, I commit to the lift. If not, you're going to block it and then punish me.
So we did make it a choice to try to hold these for an extra day. These would just so we could so Summer Jam could get out of the way, so you wouldn't have to learn all of this stuff. We feel. I mean, Paula, you'll say that where the game is after you hear these notes is pretty much where you like it right now.
Well, Paulo actually wanted to put the patch out immediately.
Yeah, some of the stuff we've actually had like fixes in the works for a long time. Like the option selects have actually been gone for a while, but we didn't want to do it like during Evo or during first season 1 finals ESL. So and some of the stuff we just wanted our QA to bang on for like months at a time. So.
Yeah. So barring anything totally crazy, this is going to be the game for quite a while.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so what else do? We remove the ability to option. There's another option select. Slightly adjusted several characters' collision regions while crouch blocking.
Yeah, there was some characters that could low profile against stuff better than they should have been. So some of those have been adjusted. We also adjusted a lot of the jumping attacks to have their hurt regions to be slightly bigger while they were jump attacking. Some of them actually we were able to almost like air profile yourself to avoid things during certain jump attacks, and some of those are fixed too.
Okay, fix several jump attacks moving backwards slightly on hit. Fix several attacks causing extra frame of recovery when you block them while ducking.
That was something that actually I want to call out Slayer from Yomi. He's been bugging about this for many months, and there was a bug in there where if you crouch block certain moves, there would either be an extra frame or 2 extra frames of recovery. That's also gone now, but the recovery is the same throughout.
Okay, great. Something else that we won't be getting into in the notes because they're not in there is there has been a Quan Chi
Yeah,
bugs been
there's a
found.
Quan Chi, a ruin bug that was found by, I'm not sure who it was, but somebody sent ketchup and mustard thing on Twitter, and they went and explored it for a while, and they've done, and we actually figured out what it actually was. And we do have a fix for that bug, but it's not currently in this patch. It'll probably be fixed in some point in the future, but right now we do have some options to hotfix it that we're looking into, but for now that's currently not in this patch.
Cool. So what we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to go through just from left to right and talk about all the characters. We're not going to show you every character because some stuff is minor. There are some characters who got bigger patches earlier, so they don't have as much love in this one because they were already taken care of. So, of course, we got first starting with Jason. Now, Jason has some pretty interesting stuff that we kind of alluded to over Twitter.
Yes.
Jason's damned, first of all. Let's explain the whole damned situation.
Oh, damn.
This is where you're damned if you do and you're
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
What do you want against Jason?
Who do you want to be? Go ahead and pick somebody there.
I think only Paulo
Kung
has
Lao or-
control.
Kung Lao sounds good.
Lao.
Yeah. Jason has some pretty neat fixes. A few quality of life things, and then some general ways of how he plays differently.
Yes, all three variations have at least a little bit something.
Right. And I think it's good to note too that I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, Paulo, but a lot of this patch was kind of aimed at making some of the variations that were a little lower on people's choice list to move them up a little.
Yeah, if there were certain variations that were seemingly underpowered compared to other ones, we made sure that those were adjusted, and we just want to make sure that every character had viable variations to pick from.
Cool.
Jason's a great example to start off because Unstoppable, where the main thing is he comes back to life if he dies, it had kind of a flaw that made it very risky where he always came back to life. So if you were losing the round very badly, it takes a super meter to come back to life. You might not want to come back to life to use the super meter. You might want to keep it for the next round.
Like if you just got torched one round.
Right, like
no
if
reason.
you nearly flawlessed me, I don't want to use that bar to come back to life. I want to concede that, use the bar for the next round.
Right.
You can now choose not to resurrect.
So how you do that?
You hold down.
Hold down.
Yes.
Okay.
You can only choose not to resurrect in the first round. If you're going to lose, it will automatically do it, because why would you not want to come back to life?
Right.
You have no
Right.
choice. But in the first round, the little thing, the lightning strikes, you can hold down and you won't use your bar, you'll get right back up.
Cool. That'll help a lot of the Jason players.
Yeah, I think a lot of Jason players love the idea, and that was kind of their hang-up, and now you can choose not to and keep your bar.
Okay.
One change in a slasher where if Kung Lao is blocking, you could have blocked this overhead, and if I tried to cancel into choke, you would have actually been able to interrupt this before, where there was a block gap in there. That block gap is now gone.
So now you can do the overhead into
they try to
a grab.
So that gives him a safe overhead option.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Jason's normals that some characters were able to low profile under, which they're not able to low profile anymore, and that's also going to make a big difference.
Okay.
What's the gameplay?
Big thing is just the whole damn thing about Jason, where he continues to gain damage.
Yeah, before that was actually stacking in between rounds, so that's actually been fixed now, where the damage doesn't go to next rounds, but the damage that he actually gets for the round he's currently in has been greatly increased. So
Yeah, I've played against Steve with this before. Like in one round, I was winning. He gets a throw that all of a sudden does
Yeah.
A lot.
17% as opposed to 12.
Yeah, so now instead of like only in the third round, Jason's gonna get this like almost like a 30% like bread and butter combos. He now gets those in the first round, but when he's under 25% health, and then when he's under 5% health, he does a lot more damage.
Yes, it is. It's damning.
Damn.
Moving on.
All right.
That is that's pretty much Jason in a nutshell. Let's do Kung Lao. Kung Lao didn't get a whole bunch of stuff.
The main one is on the head spin and the head orbit. There's a little more pushback on there. So he's still the same amount of plus frames that he's afterwards, but he's got a little more pushback, so some characters can react in the corner and stuff.
Okay.
But the majority of the game isn't changing much. He also has a little bit more damage scaling on the head orbit combos, but it's not enough where it's actually going to affect the big combos. Mainly the top end, like Vito's combos, is going to be a little bit lower.
Right. So just different quality of life stuff. Nothing huge for Kung Lao.
No. In Hat Trick, his boomerang hat, the enhanced normal hat toss, when it's coming back now, has less damage scaling on it. So now some hat trick combos is actually viable to do, like block strings into the back boomerang pressure, and then if it hits now, confirming the combos that do a little bit more damage.
Gotcha.
And in Buzzsaw, some of his hat moves only did 3%, and some did 5%. It's now universal. All the Buzzsaw moves now do 5%.
Yeah.
And also his low grinder hat occurs closer to his body to catch runners better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The initial hitbox is a little bit closer to his body. That way, there were certain characters there, if they started dashing or anything low, they were actually able to go over the low head as it was coming in, and there were certain combos where it missed, which so those are also fixed now.
So another thing you've looked at very strongly in this patch is just a lot of things that maybe were whiffing when it wasn't intended.
Yeah.
You cleaned a lot of that stuff up. That's great. Okay, let's move on. Next on the list.
There it is.
Sorry. I put a couple on each page, see?
Oh, yeah. She probably should have done that.
We got Jax and Sonya. We can probably just talk about Jax real quick.
Jax just has a few minor hitbox adjustments for things that were going under smaller characters that were ducking. And that might actually be it for Jax.
That is it for Jax. And if people get mad about that, Jax did place in top 8 at Summer Jam, and he won SoCal Prelude.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
some of it's not getting caught up in top 8 placings, but Jax is a force to be reckoned with
Yeah.
when he gets on top.
Yeah. Sonya, is there anything we want to show us, Sonya? Or we just kind of talk about a little bit of it?
Just a few things. Her X-ray now scales more, so no more 70% combos.
Oh.
Or
Yeah.
91%
Yeah.
if you're a PPJ.
Shout out to
Her
you.
air throw does a little bit more damage. Some of her strings should hit a little better. Back 3-3, 2-2. That's a good example of the moves that previously you could crouch block and it would whiff. Now that should always jail in.
Gotcha. Kenshi, same thing. We just want to chat about Kenshi real quick.
Yeah, he's got a few. His down 3 is now an actual low. And there's a little bit less recovery on some of his special moves. His back forward, his spirit charge, or the teleflurry, this spirit flurry, teleflurry thing.
Yeah, it's mainly the back forward 3 moves.
3, yeah.
And most variations are 10 frames slower, faster recovery than they were before on with.
And in Kenjutsu, his 1-1-1 used to have a gap. That is now closed, so if you block it, you have to just stay blocking it.
Cool.
I think that's about it for him.
Yeah. Kenshi took a big pass earlier with some good buffs.
Right.
So. Same with Katana, really.
Yeah, she just has a couple of fixes. Her 2-1 previously, if you crouch blocked it and then took the last hit, she was actually a disadvantage. And that's common with a bunch of the gut reactions where they hold their gut. That's now fixed. She'll now be a proper advantage.
Yeah, those one on Kenshi also, I think, is like his 1-1-2 combo.
Yeah.
Took the last hit blocking, you were actually a different advantage, where now those have been fixed, where it's the same advantage across the board.
Gotcha.
Her throw is a little bit more advantage on hit. You can see in the patch notes, hers are just kind of little fixes to moves.
And again,
polish.
with Scorpion, same thing.
Yeah, Scorpion's his dunk move, the towards 2 that everybody loves. That one actually properly crushes low now. So if you go do a low and he goes to that move, it'll actually completely go over it and beat it out.
Okay.
The enhanced low minion grab in his Hellfire, or it's Hellfire, isn't it?
Yeah, how fair.
No, Inferno.
Inferno, there you go. Inferno. In Inferno, the low minion grab, the enhanced version of it is a few frames faster and it's faster recovery, where you can actually do some combos differently with the enhanced one as opposed to the normal one. And it can also punish moves from full screen on whiff faster now too. 'Cause
Cool. Now, sounds like we're just talking a lot right now. We know the next couple characters, we do have a lot to show.
Yep.
So let's start with Sub-Zero. I know that a lot of Sub-Zero fans have been wanting
Some Sub-Zero buffs.
a few buffs for some of the
buffs. Huh?
So you got 0 buffs. No.
Zero
Zero buffs.
So you're wanting some buffs from some of the lesser used variations. Like I personally, my favorite is Cryomancer, so I'm glad to see what we've done with that one.
Yeah.
So do you want to do Sub-Zero versus Sub-Zero and do Cryomancer and do Unbreakable?
I think the big thing with these two is their offensive capabilities have been buffed up. Grandmaster is kind of defensive powerhouse, and that's what everyone liked to use, and now the other two have kind of been almost redesigned to be more offensive based, which...
Has there been any changes to the Grandmaster one?
Grandmaster has a couple of changes to the algorithm that it did whenever it would decide whether or not you could do the enhanced clone. That's been tweaked a little bit. Like, I don't know if you saw, but there was like some guy ranting on the internet about that move. But
No.
That move's been adjusted slightly, where it should come out a little bit more consistently on hit and block now.
People go on the internet to rant?
That's what I heard.
Read my Twitter.
So, with Cryomancer, the 4-4-2 1+3 string, that now he can 2-1 into a special move and it will combo.
So that move does more damage by itself now. But from that move, you can do a hammer slice, or you can do...
We do the EX hammer. I like the pop-up.
So he's going to get better combos. Or you could use it for setups and you could do the EX freeze, which will combo. Then you could get like a jump in into a back 1-2 and use the frame advantage for like more mix-up opportunities. You can't combo under the regular eyes, but you have to use the bar if you want to get the combo, but it's there. So that'll improve his combo possibilities a lot.
Yeah, and it also gives them stuff where, like now, in Cryomancer off the overhead, you can get bigger combos than you did before. You can go into that grab and cancel into the enhanced freeze. Or if you've got meter, you can punish a lot harder than you could now with Cryomancer.
Cool.
And he has a few other changes in this that you can read. Like his 1/1/1 does a little bit more damage. The air hammer is now safer.
Yeah, the 1/1/1 has more hit cancel advantage, so you can actually do 1/1/1 into freeze. So off the jab now you can get a bigger punish than you can in the other two variations. The air hammer is a little safer, so you can actually use that move to like get in offensively. You can't be punished for it.
Okay. So he's just turned into more of an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah, this one's the main. This thing's main thing is offense, being on top of the game.
So we got Grandmaster defense. This is offense, and then I guess you'd say that when you say Unbreakable is a little bit in between the both.
A little bit in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a lot more combo options, but then it still has the parry and it's got the defensive aura for the defensive options.
So let's talk about what Unbreakable does now. Like what is the
Human.
for layman? What is changing here?
The biggest change is you can now do the ice burst in Unbreakable. And then if you do have the ice aura on when you do the ice burst, it does a little bit more damage than it does normally.
Okay.
So now you can do a little bit more combos in Unbreakable than you could before.
And that's going to be really good because that move was one of his best armor moves and probably his best anti-air move, which he didn't have in this variation before. Now he does. Also, the EX armor activates a lot faster and recovers a lot faster. You can really notice it, how much faster he goes into it. So you can use that offensively. Like you can do, can you block? You can do like a block string into it and then get frame advantage. Like if you do forward 4 into it, you get a lot of frame advantage. Then you can kind of press your offense, go for mix-ups.
But then you've got the armor on you, so you can't repeat it. And stuff like that. You can also use it to do some combos, like combos you couldn't before. Like you can do back 1, 2. Into the advanced sword and then continue the combo there. So you got some kind of like cancel
That's
combos
fancy.
with Sub-Zero, and that opens up the combos in that one quite a bit more. There's a lot of damage killing on it, but it lets you at least punish a lot harder than you could before.
And that'll open up possibilities where you can do like a combo starter into the EX aura. And if they block, you get frame advantage. You can keep mixing them up. If it hits, you can go into a combo. It takes bar, but it's really, really strong.
Cool. That's Sub-Zero.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are going to be really happy with that and with those changes. I've personally been looking for a new character to mess around with, and now Cryomancer is definitely something that I'm looking at because he's always been my favorite variation. Melina, some smaller stuff. Can we talk about that? Derek, do you know what's going on here?
Well, her forward 3, the overhead, actually you can't get low poked out, which I'm a big fan of. Is it faster though, Paulo?
It's not faster yet.
Oh no.
And probably never.
But that is a true low crush now. Like
Yeah, so now if you read a sweep or you read like a slide, you can get a big punish from Melina.
Right. A lot of Melina's stuff is more just some frame changes.
Frames.
Yeah, piercing now has a lot more advantage than it did before on a lot of the attacks. There are some attacks that were actually punishable in piercing that are punishable now, and because of some hitbox changes, like her away 1 in piercing will now jail somebody on block where it didn't before.
Her forward 1.
Yeah.
Her back 1 2. Like there's a lot. Like her back 1 2 is now advantage on block, which I think is a really great change for kind of her mid-range game.
Right on. So let's move on. Okay, now this is
a whole page.
This is a full page. So I know that we have some Takeda fans out there. We've seen Takeda do, some tournaments do pretty well, but you've done a little overhaul on what Takeda does, I guess you could say.
The big thing was in Lasher. Now he has some more offensive abilities. Where now, while jumping in Lasher, he gets 2 new command normals that actually use his whips while he's jumping. And then there were a lot of like quality of life issues with stuff missing when people are blocking, and then hitting block advantage on moves. Like this move, for example, is a lot safer. Now you can actually use it while somebody's jumping in. Get control here real quick.
Forward 1 2 2+4 is now safer. That string used to have a gap if they were crouch blocking.
But it doesn't now.
Gotcha. You got some new normals.
Yeah, very reminiscent of my favorite Injustice character, Catwoman.
Okay.
Jump attack that he claims wasn't that good, but seemed pretty good to me.
He's retired now, though. He's washed up.
Yeah.
He's retired.
I can now tell the truth. Catwoman was a top 10 character all along.
Okay, what else we got with Takeda?
Let's switch over to Ronin.
His triple kunai, the EX version, will now hit more consistently. They all hit back to back to back very closely, so there will be no problem at the end of long combos when one of them would whip at the end.
Yeah, and because of that, he actually has some different combos up. Like they'll do about the same damage as they did before, but now he can be a little flashier and mix up the combos a little bit more.
His tornado is now safe on block for regular ones. So you can use that to jump over projectiles or use it to get in. It's negative, but it's not full combo punishable like it was before. It's also always a hard knockdown. Before, if it was, I think the air one wasn't and the ground one was, or maybe vice versa, it's just a universal hard knockdown.
Yeah, so there were times when you use it at the end of a long combo, you actually get punished because somebody could tech roll out of it.
Okay.
And now they can, so it's actually a viable like jump kick combo in there. Yeah, but you can't really use this to get in because somebody can just like armor through and stuff, but it does give you at least the ability to do something, especially trying to bait somebody's weight.
Gotcha. Now, in Ronin, he also has some new setups and whatnot that he can, like new strings, do some different things. Yes.
Do some different things.
Yeah, a lot of his normal attacks have been improved. His back one is now a mid and will hit farther. Oh, I don't have my sword. Alright, yeah, his back one is now really good in the neutral game. That's a mid now. His standing 2 is sped up, so you can use that as an anti-air. His back 2 was sped up a little bit and should hit better. His 2-1 has a new reaction on hit. If it's in a combo, it'll actually restand them if I don't mess it up. And then you can run in and continue his pressure instead of knocking him down.
Yeah, so like from that you can actually if you juggle somebody, you can do 2-1 into drop the sword, and then you're actually at advantage. You run in, and then you can do block pressure and summon the sword.
Okay.
The hitbox on his uppercut is a little bit better. It hits more at the top now during the whole animation of the move, and it does a little bit more damage.
Another thing that Kenshi has is this move. Before you had to do the enhanced version to get the juggle, where now you can actually hit confirm the normal version and then get the bounce. So you can do stuff like sort of gamble with that move, and then if it hits, you can hit
Continue.
the combos. And you do the same thing in Lasher, where it's got the around the world whip ones. With that one, you can also hit confirm on hit too.
We may see another one of those later in a different character.
Ooh.
It'll be hype.
Totes hype.
Anything else to say about Takeda? I mean, there's also there's a lot of
It's a lot of frame changes. There's a lot of stuff to get into here, but yeah, it's generally his stuff hits a little better. So it's generally wow. It lets you play. It lets you gamble a little bit more than you could before, without getting like totally punished.
I know that Maximilian did tweet me about he was hoping that Ronin got some love, and I think he'll be happy with how Ronin will play.
Yeah, you can play a lot more offensive now with Ronin than you could before.
Yeah, I think kind of this range here, his offense is a lot better. So they should be really happy.
I love the restand too. I think
Yeah,
it's
that's really cool.
That's a good thing. All right, we got a couple more. Well,
Like
couple more.
20 more.
A couple more to get through the top half.
Yeah, to get to the top half. So Cassie didn't get hit real hard with a lot of stuff. Cassie's pretty much where she should be. She's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of things out there where Cassie is very polarizing, where she's just in your face and she does a lot of damage in the corner. But then, like a neutral game, she has to have stamina to get to continue a lot of her combos and stuff. But she's got some fixes here and there. But like her X-ray is like it was negative on hit before, where now it's like slightly plus. It's like +1 or something in the couple.
Air power slam does a little more damage.
Yeah, and Brawler, the air grab does a little more damage than before. I think it only like 8% before, and now it is 10. But there's a few things like that here and there.
And there was a fix where her rocket would hit low if they were on the ground when normally it hits overhead. That's it now, just as an overhead.
Cool. Jackie Briggs. Jackie Briggs is like Takeda, got a lot of love for Jackie.
Whole page for this one.
Full page, yeah. We do have, before we start, we have a video. We're going to get 1 second on that. We got a video that our friend PPJ made, which kind of is a little bit of a combo string that shows off a lot of her changes in one shot.
Yeah, it's like 3 buffs in 1 combo.
So we're going to go ahead and play that video. Run it one more time for y'all to kind of see that. All right, excellent. So Steve, what did they see there?
The EX low rocket will now restand them anytime, any
Shotgun
distance.
blast?
Yeah, the low shotgun blast. The EX ground pound now launches into a combo, and I couldn't see it, so I can't remember how we ended it. Was it
Multi-punch?
the different reaction on her forward 2-string? Yes. This you can now 2-in-1 the second hit of this.
Yeah, so this move is actually the third hit of this is an overhead and all 3 variations. Where in shotgun it just does this knockdown thing, this an overhead. But she can actually cancel this move into the ground pound.
So that'll open up mix-ups where the second hit is an overhead, so you can do that. If they're blocking standing, you can go to the ground pound. If they read that and they start to blow you up for it, you can do the fake ground pound.
Yeah, and then in combos, it lets you do the fake ground pound, so you can actually do the fake ground pound and then continue combos with it. And then continue combos with it.
Right. What else about Miss Jackie?
A lot of general fixes. Her low pokes are better. Like her duck jab is now a little bit faster. Her standing jabs are a little bit faster. Her uppercut is a little bit faster. A lot of Jackie players struggled with anti-airing people. She was you were free to jump in on her. That's going to be a little bit hard now. Her neutral jump punch is a little bit better. She had two moves before her back two, like the slam dunk and the back 3-3 low, that you couldn't special cancel afterwards on block. Now you can. So that'll open up her offense a little bit more, especially in like high tech. So she can now cancel into her charge blaster thing.
Yeah, it's like in high tech, she can run in, cancel into that overhead, and then cancel the overhead into the charge move, which is this thing, which she can run cancel out of. So because of that, she can run in and do stuff like that, and then get pressure on top of it. So she can almost do like Devora style, like pressure on top of your face.
Like kind of the stuff you see, Devora, Liu Kang, that kind of, those Johnny Cage A-list, she can now do that a lot better in high tech and get really good chip damage and pressure going.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of Devora players that should be able to jump right on a high tech Jackie.
Well, I've always been wanting, like, I've always thought that Jackie was good. I've always thought that she was secretly really good. And you watch somebody like, Dab, who was doing amazing things. This is going to help a lot of those players who've been wanting Jackie to get a little love, and now she's kind of getting moved up a little bit.
Yeah.
Excellent. Again, a lot more stuff for Jackie. I'm not going to start running off numbers for you guys. So
what about the frame distance or difference on that? No.
Nah, we'll move on that. Kung Jin.
Kung Jin just got a few things. His back two is improved. It has a little bit more range. The advantage is better on hit. And his chakram, the low chakram, now low profiles, like the ancestral low arrow shot. So if you throw like Sub-Zero's Ice Blast, he can go right under it with his low chakram.
Yeah, and then if he has the enhanced version, you can go under it with the enhanced, which lets him continue combo from there.
Okay. So not a lot for Kung Jin.
No.
We got Tanya. Again, Tanya sort of keep her a little bit where she is pretty much.
Yeah, the only main difference is the teleport cancels. She was actually set to where you could teleport cancel on the first frame. Like most players wouldn't be able to input it that fast, but if you were like frame perfect, you could actually get it where she could lock somebody down with 3 loops in almost her variation with teleport cancels. Where now you've got to be in the teleport frame before you can cancel, which most people are inputting the motion in 10 frames, so it doesn't affect most players. But it just makes it where you can't like completely frame lock somebody down.
Right.
They can at least get out, but then Kobujitsu still has the fast 2-hit overhead, so if you try to get out, chances are you get hit out your move anyway. But
and in Kobujitsu, her EX Tonfa strike, like the Rekkas, that had 2 hits of armor and now just has 1.
That was actually just a bug.
Yeah. Predator.
Predator has just general damage scaling things across the board. Like a lot of his moves just weren't damage scaling enough. I don't know if you see anything on there that's different than that.
No, just mainly damage scaling.
There was also a thing with this the trap in Hunter where sometimes it wouldn't go away on hit. There were a couple of different frames in there where it would stay out, where those have been fixed now, where the trap will always go away on hit.
Forward kick attack is now a high instead of a mid.
Yeah. Him and Trimmer had forward attacks that were mids, where those are now highs, like all the rest of the characters in the game.
And in Hishku 10, there's slight adjustments to his lasers. Nothing major. I think there's 5 frames of extra recovery. You can see in the notes. It's very small.
Yeah, it's 5 frames of recovery on the opponent when they get hit. So you don't get stun locked as long when you get hit. But the block advantage and Predator's recovery on them is still the same.
Okay. All right. I think people have probably been waiting for this next one, huh?
Lord Shinnok.
Lord Shinnok. We have a video to kind of show. Shinnok really only got a couple things.
Yes.
There's one major thing for Shinnok players. So Jen, I'm going to play the Shinnok video.
Has no sound.
Yeah. Roll it back one more time here. All right. All right, Steve. Paulo, what are we seeing there?
Previously, after his 4-2-2 1+3 string, you could do the Dark Beam move, and the hit reaction was close enough that his low attack was guaranteed. It was a guaranteed standing reset. So you had to block low, and then that would allow Shinnok to loop the string, or go for the overhead, or go for the throw. It was very, very strong for like a kind of keep out zoning character to have. The restand is still there, but now you can see they're pushed back a little bit more. Their hit reaction, they kind of stumble back a little bit more. So the low is still possible. You can run up and do it, but it's not 100% guaranteed. The opponent can backdash or jump or armor, try to make some kind of read.
Yeah, you'll still have to do some kind of read on what Chinook's going to do, but at least now it gives you a little bit of breather.
It's not guaranteed.
Right.
And then in the corner still has the same amount of pressure. None of his frame data changed outside of the on block. Now the dark beam is more punishable on block, but everything on hit is now still the same. Where the combos are still the same. Everything. That's still
Most characters won't be able to punish the dark beam on block, but it's more, a couple will, but it's more that he won't be so low negative that he can start looping his forward 4 again over and over again, which is something he saw commonly.
Yeah, it's mainly to give the other player a turn when Chinook at least gets him block pressure.
Okay, that is shut up pretty much.
Yeah. There was the only other change is a good thing for him, where one of his moves is a little bit more advantage on a hit.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like 3-1 was actually like -7, where you can be punished on hit. Where now it's like -1.
Okay. Steve, may I have the controller? Thank you.
Oh.
We are now going to talk about Lord Kano.
I don't think that's ever happened.
I think we rolled those back.
Oh, we just pulled back. So I know I've been tweeting a little bit about Kano. Kano's changed. He's got some good changes. Let's first, before we start, there's a video for Kano that kind of explains, shows his up eye laser in cybernetic working a little differently now. So yeah, that was showing that now you can actually, the laser's faster up, and you can actually, on meter burn, run in and do a combo.
Yes.
Could you used to be able to do that or no?
No.
Okay, now you can, I didn't play that very much. I don't run very often.
And it's noticeably faster.
Yeah, it's mainly for like the game of throwing knives, and then if you read the guy's gonna jump, you can actually like read an eye laser now, and then get it on somebody pretty like reactively. And then when you do it, you can now enhance it, and meter burn it to be able to run in a combo. And in most mid-screen things, you're just gonna get a ball, but there'll be situations where just outside the corner you'll continue big combos.
Okay. Cutthroat got some pretty nice changes as well.
Yeah, Cutthroat, the enhanced chest bow does less overall buff damage than it did before, but it's faster now where you can actually confirm it on certain things. So you can actually do stuff like that, and you'll actually be an advantage on block, and then on hit you'll be able to continue combos that you couldn't before.
So those like 70% combos might not be happening more because we went down from 50% to 33%. But you can now hit confirm with it and whatnot.
Yeah, it'll let you like confirm off of the meter to get combos like that where before that link wasn't possible.
Right. So some more linking combos for for Cybernetic Kano. I would like to show now the commando, the one thing I will be pushing buttons on this entire stream.
You seem very excited.
I'm very excited about this.
Apollo has to put you in.
Do you want to be able to control him?
I want to be able to control him as well. So now Commando Kano. See, we all remember this, right? Remember that?
Will he get it on the first try?
Now you can do this.
Oh!
Ah, missed it though. So with a meter, you can pop them up and do more. Now that's a totally simple combo. That's not really optimized. What have you seen with this?
Oh, you can get neutral jump punch into back one into back one. You can get 30% damage. You can get real big, juicy combos off it.
Yeah, it's not as high as like the cutthroat damage, but it just gives Commando some other combo options. If somebody does a really unsafe move, you can out punish with an attack 3 into this combo.
Right, Commando, the grabs are really good, but like if you were punishing something, it was a little bit harder to get the real big, juicy damage. And now he has a better pop-up.
Right. So that's cool. I'm very excited about that. So that's that.
How much percentage has improved your wins over Steve?
Truthfully, I've been playing a lot of Johnny Cage.
He's a Johnny Cage main now. Yeah.
I'm a Johnny Cage main now, and I know that's going to disappoint some people, but I still do go back to Kano, and he's still...
You just do that move over and over again?
Yeah, I just go to the training room and just do that all day. Kano is still my favorite character to watch on stream, just so you know. But I'm a Cage main now.
And another change is his EX up ball is there was a little deal where sometimes if you crouch blocked it, only the first hit would happen and it would whiff, and then you could punish him. That's a little bit better now, so both hits are going to hit much more consistently.
Cool. I guess we're going to move right on to my other main character. We can pretty just talk. You want to show this? We want to talk about it? We can.
No, we should show it.
Show it
for the crouch blocking thing.
Cool.
Cassie K.
Well, first of all, his forward. Which one was that?
4-3-4.
Forward. When I see forward kick back here, I don't know how to talk that way. His 4-3-4 now is safe.
Yes, it was a really good move in terms of range, but it was punishable by some characters before. Now it's safe, so it's kind of easier to throw out in the mid-range game right here.
Yeah, so something where you can punch it out with, but on block, it's I believe it's a -8 now, where like some like fast EX moves will be able to punish it, but like in general, it's not going to be punished by just reversals, like normal reversals.
I've actually been using it a lot. I mean, I've always used this move in my game in the neutral game, and now it's so much better now because you can throw it out a little more willy-nilly as long as you know with punishes still happen.
Yeah.
It just gives you something to do in like fisticuffs and it's not double. Where the A-list still gets the knee just in any kind of cancels, where it gives you a little bit of like being able to play footsie games where you're not just totally getting punishes just for hitting buttons.
Right. Also did some blocks stuff. So now.
Yeah, there's just a lot more stuff that hits more consistently now, where before, like, some of that stuff would go over, like, a lot of female characters.
Right.
But, like, a lot of that stuff will now hit consistently on block. But then a lot of them, if they still let go of block and then try to attack your low profile, they'll go under. But at least somebody can't sit there and crouch block and be able to, like, low profile use your characters.
He also had a bug fixed where when you cancel the stunt bubble, he couldn't do the eclipse kick immediately. Now he can.
Yeah, so like if you go into pulling out of stunt doubles, you can do the enhanced kick from like full screen but before you can only do the normal one where now you can do the rest from that also.
Okay, so just some nice I mean they've actually I think made my Cage game better, just these little fixes. So I think people are gonna be excited about this one too. Aaron Black.
Gunslinger
Aaron Black.
I didn't see that in Patchwork's previews. You sure it's true?
I think
There were
it's
a lot
true.
of people asking about it, but
We didn't preview everything for Patch Notes preview.
We should have. You absolutely should have. I apologize, everybody.
My bad.
Tyler's bad.
I'm gonna hand the controller back over. I've done my one thing.
And you were great at it.
Yeah, I hit my stuff.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
nailed it. I was real proud of you.
I'm just happy for the Kano community to see some new.
You forgot his name.
Kamo? No, not a person.
So in Gunslinger, the coins have better recovery now. And that'll let him do them in block strings or in combos or kind of as a zoning tool more consistently now. In the Gunslinger stance, the standoff stance, standoff 2 now has a different reaction that will pop them up, and he can get enhanced, better combos with that instead of it just kind of knocking them down.
Yeah, it's a little safer on block too. So like now that actually gives you a chance to be able to get a combo after.
You can run on it.
And also the retreating shots. The low is still the same as it was before, but the retreating shots a little safer on block, where you're not just going to get punished if you do it up front. Or at least have to guess to go over it or under to it. Was there anything else in those?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, it was mainly those like little things in there, and then because of those, you'll be able to do some different combos now too. With Gunslinger.
So it opens up his combo game a little bit, makes Gunslinger maybe a little more viable for higher level play.
Were the coins always overhead too?
Oh yeah, and all the coins at overhead on the way down, but not on the way up. It just gives them a little bit more of a zoning game in Gunslinger than you didn't have before.
Cool. And you get to wear your hat,
Yeah, and you
Yes.
get to wear the hat, which is the biggest.
which everyone is super excited about.
What's next, Tyler?
Up next, let me switch the page. Looks like we got I guess Liu Kang.
Well, that's not on that page. That's not on that page.
Uh-oh.
Well, you could do Kotal Khan. Why don't you go to Kotal Khan?
I got Liu Kang.
Yeah, we can do it.
Liu Kang's on the back.
He's on page 28.
Liu Kang had changes to all three, starting with Duelist.
excellent.
We'll show it in a minute. He can now recover from switching stances a little bit faster, so you can use it in combos now. You can start a combo, go to Metamorphosis, and then continue the combo.
I believe we have a video
Ooh.
for that. A Liu Kang video. Let's take a look at that. One more round. Let's take a look. This is Steve Brownback gameplay here.
Probably the best Liu Kang duelist I've ever seen.
Very good.
Definitely.
So I know that I did get a lot of tweets from people with Duelist who were really looking for some help with Duelist, and this should make him.
Yeah, and another cool thing is Duelist always focuses on the dark version with the orbs, but the light side has been buffed now as well. The fireballs have a little bit more recovery, and the air fireball has a little bit more recovery. So in the corner, you can get some really cool juggle combos, and it'll be a little bit better in zoning.
Yeah, the light version has some better zoning now than it did before. And then you can also do a lot more cancel combos where you're more advantaged on both hit and block. The main string that people were doing to get block advantage on was this string is now it has less cancel advantage on it, but now because Duelist has the better frames on everything else, he can still get the same pressure he could before. But now Dragonfire doesn't do like crazy like dash cancel advantage it did before.
Right.
Yeah, and that's not to say that Dragon's Fire, he doesn't have pressure anymore.
No,
It's
he
still
still has
really,
the crazy
really good.
cancel pressure, all that stuff's there and all that still the same. But he doesn't get the dash cancel pressure that he was getting.
Okay, that's Liu Kang in a nutshell.
There have been a couple changes to Flame Fist.
Excellent.
Those are just also just quality of life things that they'll matter a lot to some players.
Yeah, in Flame Fist, there was an issue where his EX Windmill Punch, against a few characters, there was no gap in the last hit when he does the back fist. Now it's been switched around, so there's no gap for anyone, but there's now a gap in him doing a special move. So if he does the EX Flame Fist, there's no gap. But then if he goes into the parry or the back fist or a fireball, there's a gap there.
Yeah, which from then you can do low fireball to be able to counter the reversal, or you can do a Diz parry to be able to counter any kind of like jab reversal.
So before it was kind of what he could do with this pressure on the EX Windmill Punch depended on the character. It's now kind of universal.
Gotcha. So that seems it for Liu Kang. Again, more stuff you can read on the webpage here in a little while. I've left off Ermac from my notes page, but we can show a little Ermac now too. Those who use Spectral will be
the flying one.
The flying one.
Yes.
Was kind of an underutilized variation, and now we're gonna have we've buffed that a little bit. I
I think he's got like an extra move too, doesn't he?
He does.
What?
So I believe before we start, Jen, we have an Ermac video.
Back-to-back videos.
Some artwork by PPJ.
Oh, I thought that was you, Tyler.
Yeah, right. Take me all day.
Yeah, so as you saw, he can now link his normal attacks in flight. The 1, 2, 3, 4 is now like a kind of a magic series string. It will actually combo.
Yeah, which gives him a lot of different combos you can do. You can also do some of his strings into like fly and then pressure from there. Or you got to guess between him doing fly attacks or him teleporting or ground pounding. He's also able to enhance his spectral charge move. So before he didn't have an enhance versus move, but now he does. Does a little bit more damage. Has a hit armor on it, so now he can like be able to get in on people and can do pretty consistent.
Excellent. So that's gonna change the way he plays considerably.
Yeah, if you were having a problem getting into flight because someone had a really good fireball game, you can use that's a really good armor move. It does a lot of damage. It's really fast. It
It's
goes full
cross-screen very
screen.
fast,
Yeah.
And that was your other main.
Ermac
Yeah.
was my first main, yes.
Yeah.
If you guys are all keeping score.
Right.
In Mystic,
stop.
the push choke move in Mystic does a little bit more damage. Same thing with the enhanced one. That one's just more about staying like max screen and trying to get people to block pushes. And some of the combos are easier in Mystic too, where it leaves the guy floating upside down and that stuff sticks.
Okay. Kodokan. Kodokan fans are going to be pretty excited about some buffs we gave him, I would assume.
I heard he also has a new move.
We gave some new moves this time around.
Yeah,
it sounds like.
Not just buffs, but additional moves.
Yes. What are your thoughts on the new and improved Kodokan?
I guess we could start off by saying that Blood God, cutting yourself with the Blood Offering now actually adds to the Blood Totem. So if you put the Blood Totem out, and the Blood Totem, he gets a damage regain for all the blood you drain from the opponent. He can drain his own blood and then get it back later. And in Blood God, the Obsidian Totem now, he builds Super Meter from blocking moves when he has it active. That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So while he has that out, if you're pressuring him, he's actually still benefiting from it.
Cool.
So then I guess we'll go to War God. Sun God. Okay, Sun God has a new move. He has this move where he summons a beam of light, and he gains, I guess you could call it a level from the Sun Choke.
So, for those of you who may not play him a lot, he has a command grab
Yes.
that has 3 levels. Now this will be the second level because you already that was just the first.
That was the second.
That was second. So you can actually use that move to gain levels without actually doing the grab.
For a maximum of 3. So here is at the
You
start.
can tell by how bright his tattoos are
Yes.
which level he's at.
And now he'll do the full thing, even though I've never done it before.
And it'll let you cancel some combos into leveling yourself up. So in case you get a punish on somebody, you can all level yourself up during the thing without having to do the command grab. And then that gives them a little bit different combo options. You can also run block pressure on some moves.
There's an EX version that just instantly goes to the max level.
Oh.
In addition to that, the meter and the health that he regains from cashing out, can you give me not full health and not full meter? Because I can't do it otherwise.
You can do the EX.
Yeah, there he can cash out. He now gains a pretty decent amount more health and meter. So
There was a complaint where
Yeah.
cashing out didn't seem to matter that much.
Yeah.
You didn't get much out.
Yeah, it'll also give you a reason to enter combos into leveling yourself up, because then you can now enter combos into cashing out.
So-
So it's sort of like you build your life back up.
So what this has really done, like the meta game of playing Sun God has changed because now you're always thinking about when do I level up, when do I cash out? Do I want to level up twice here? Do I cash out here?
Right.
So you're always thinking about that.
Yeah, before it was kind of a thing where everyone would do the throw, get to level 3, and then just keep doing the throw. Now cashing out is a real legitimate strategy. And since you can gain a level without actually getting in to do the throw, you could hide behind Sun, build some bar. Like, this thing recovers pretty fast. And they now know they have to go in, because otherwise you're going to be getting meter or health back.
Right.
And the enhanced version of his of the parries he has with his maces, the enhanced version of that now also starts up on 1 frame, similar to Unbreakable and Sonya. And then because of that, you can actually use it as a wake up in both these variations where you can do enhanced parry and wake up. You can actually use it there, and then from the recovery from that, you can actually get some of his like towards 1 normals to actually punish some moves if you need them right and wake up.
It also now will absorb most projectiles in the game. Any parryable projectiles.
What?
Hello.
And then from doing that, it also gives them a tiny damage boost where it doesn't last very long, but it will make your next hit do a little bit more.
Okay.
Also, Kotal got the general fixes that we've been talking about. His back 1 is a little bit faster and should hit crouching and bonus better. His back 1 2-2 no longer has a gap, which was a big thing that Kotal's kind of complained about, is that he had a lot of holes in his offense. And he still does because his offense is really, really good, but that's one that's kind of been fixed.
But it's now, instead of that gap being like character specific on the overhead, now the gap is on everybody after the overhead, whether or not
Right.
the gap is into it.
Gotcha.
And then his forward 1-2 is now safe on block. I think it's -6 now.
Yeah,
And that was...
You'll also get punished by like something like Reptile Slide, where people always say, hey, it's punishable Reptile Slide, but it's not really a punishment, like big punishment.
Speaking, is that Kotal Khan?
In War God, there were a couple of frame fixes here and there.
Oh. Got sword shake and sword quick.
Yeah, the sword quick move is not always a hard knockdown. So if you do it, especially when you knock somebody down after a combo, he can now do the guaranteed damage off the sword quick, and then the opponent can't take hold out of it and apply the pressure back to you.
Cool. Another character that we saw at Evo kind of come out of the
Milky situation.
Milky situation.
That was so awesome.
Reptile has a couple changes. We do actually have a video
God, I love these
for
videos.
Reptile. You can't see them right now because we don't have a screen for it, but Jen will play that.
Well, no one will be able to see him.
That's true.
Ooh, spoiler.
All right, Steve. So what happened there?
He can now combo into the EX Invisibility. So you can do forward 2-1 into EX Invisibility, a lot of his normal attacks into EX Invisibility. And on block in a lot of situations, you get frame advantage, so he can kind of recover first and press his offense. On hit, he gets a big combo.
Which you cannot see.
Right, and then when it's done, then you can't see him. So not only could he have running his offense on you, you can't even see.
Right.
So it's like mix-ups on top of mix-ups where you can't even see them. It's pretty cheap.
But good.
Yeah.
What else can we say about Reptile?
So some stuff that changed on a lot of characters where if there were like slow moving projectiles on the screen, like that's a very fast moving projectile. If there were like slow moving projectiles on the screen and you got him, you got somebody caught in a spit, it'll actually combo where before like you went to the block if the spit hits you before the projectile. A lot of characters that affects a lot of characters like Liu Kang in Duelist. If you've got a red orb out there and Liu Kang gets through the fireball, it'll actually link now into the thing that hits you after.
Okay.
That affects a lot of characters. Where it'll cause some combos if you're trying to get a little bit of a zoning game going where before it was blockable. Some stuff like his elbow dash has a different reaction on the last hit instead of like the flat hard splat. And the main thing that causes now, if you got a slow orb out there and you run in and you elbow dash on him, it'll actually you actually go down. Where especially if the other slow orb. He gets some combos.
Gotcha.
Before the guy would have been splatted, we wouldn't get a combo now. So now if there's a slow orb, a little bit more danger, a reptile can do some stuff there. In Nimble, if you're in like the slowdown state, he can't block in that state. Where a lot of people just see it and then do a fireball and there wouldn't be much you can do against it. His enhanced slide has a slightly loftier reaction on it, where in Nimble you can actually do an enhanced slide from like full screen, and then because of that different reaction, now you can do like Nimble combos starting from the enhanced slide from full screen. So it gives it gives Nimble a little bit more offensive. You can cancel Combos into Nimble, and then now if somebody's going to try to punish back, you can at least get on spending some armor whether or not to armor through.
Things like Claw Pounce is now -7.
Yeah, this is move, so he can use that to build meter or kind of use it in block strings and stay safe. His acid spit does 3% more damage, so it's always been a really fast projectile, but it didn't do a lot of damage, so it wasn't that threatening in kind of projectile wars. Now it is a little bit more threatening.
And the enhanced version of the claw slice is actually more negative now. So it's easier to punish now if he goes for the enhanced version. She can't really do like a back into the enhanced version. Before it was sort of like a hard punish where it was like -10, it's like -7 for the normal one, and -15 for the enhanced one, where it's like easier punish for the enhanced one. For the normal one, it's safer.
His EX Puke has a little bit better recovery, so you can use it in his traps more. There's a bunch that you guys can read about.
Next fun one, Ferrator.
That was your other main.
Yeah, I've had a couple of them.
Yeah.
Why do you switch mains so much?
You have no dedication.
We haven't even talked about Jax,
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that week he did Sonya.
Goro.
Doro.
You know, I think part of it is I just really love the game. I like to play a lot of characters.
You're not stuck in a character. Like
Yeah, I'm not a yeah.
some people here like for 50 games.
Right, or some people
some
here.
other people over
I
there.
don't know what that means.
I enjoy playing. I like playing all the characters because I feel like you did such a good job, Paulo, that I want to experience all of them for myself for a little time or a lot of time. You
It
know?
could help in your matchups too later on.
It really will.
Characters.
You've noticed me getting so much better because of it.
It's like you practiced that speech.
Yeah,
It was
we
amazing.
worked on that earlier. Thank you for those. You got your lines perfectly. Let's talk about Ruthless.
So painting game. Painting game runs a little faster now and recovers a little faster, but as soon as she stabs you, you can actually dash cancel out of it. But in doing so, it'll drop fear off your back, where now you don't get access to the fear moves. But then that gives you things where you can do like this, his big knee move, do a painting game cancel, and then counter that where it also gives you pressure, but then you get fear off your back, where you'll have to. There's some combos you can do where you can actually do some pop-ups, do a move in the painting game, show you off your back, but then because you're hitting juggling the strings, you got enough time to get her back in your back.
So it opens up a lot of his combo game. And there is a risk reward. You're losing Farah.
Yeah, and if they do read it, there's not much armor moves you can use, so there's a little bit of risk reward there, but it does give them a little bit more pressure you can do in the moves list that it didn't have before.
Right. Increase the damage of Tonka Trample to 13 up from 9.
Yeah, maybe the enhanced version of this move does more damage than before.
So they used to both do 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. That's pretty much it for Ferrator.
Yeah, the Ruthless thing I think will make a lot more interesting. A lot of people kind of use Lackey for the armor and the damage, and they were using Vicious for the zoning, and they were kind of ignoring Pain and Gain. And now with these combo possibilities, I think it's super interesting.
And because of the general collision region fixes for all the characters, there's a lot of moves now that will hit on characters when they're ducking where they wouldn't before.
You want to just talk about Devore? Is there anything to show, or just kind of discuss a
I think we
few?
could just talk about her.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much in Swarm Queen. The main thing is in Broodmother. The Crawler now will always have the same advantage on hit, where Trimmer had the same thing where if you were blocking a move and the Crawler hit you as you were blocking that move, you wouldn't get the advantage from the Crawler because you would block before, where now it's consistent where if you try to do a move she hits you and then the crawler hits where
Okay.
she build a combo after it. The enhanced version of her bug projectiles in Brood Mother also give her some combo abilities where there's a little bit of fragment advantage there where if you get the advantage and the guy's on the ground, you can actually continue some combos with it you couldn't before.
Okay. And also Venomous, there's different moves, add more stacks of poison.
Yeah, a lot of moves that didn't before, like 1-1-1 and 1-1 will add stacks of poison or jumping attacks. The jumping 1 and jumping 2 also adds those stacks of poison.
So she is more venomous.
Yeah.
The initial venomous hit also does more damage up front now, as opposed to it did consistently off while holding the button down. That way now, if you get somebody where if they were like max screen, a lot of times you didn't capitalize on the damage because there wasn't a lot of damage up front. Now there's more damage up front and less damage trailed off.
Okay. Raiden. Couple things about Raiden. We do have a quick video to show his teleports is faster.
Yes.
So we'll show the Raiden thing to kind of show off a little bit of his faster teleport in displacer. Roll it again real quick. More combo opportunities with displacer now. It kind of brings more into line of the other ones.
Yeah, also it doesn't cost you stamina for doing the teleport in front of players, where before it did. So now it only costs you stamina for teleporting in place or teleporting far away from the player, where like the one-away game costs you stamina, but anytime you teleport in on the guy, it doesn't cost you any stamina.
Master of Storms, another one that we're trying to bring up a little bit. These static traps now do proximity damage before they're activated.
Yeah, it's similar like Caltrops, where if there's a single trap out there, it does proximity damage while it's out there. Then when you put the other traps, there's a link in between, but it gives them a little bit of a different pressure, especially in corner situations where you can get a trap there.
Gotcha.
And he has a few normal changes too. His forward 4, which is like a big jumping hop kick, that move is now safe. Before it was a punishable move, and a lot of Raiden players he's really good up close, and he's really good from a distance because of the teleport of the Superman, but they were kind of struggling, kind of the sweep or jump distance range. That'll give him kind of an option now. If people are trying to, bully him with their low pokes, he can hop right over them, and that's now safe.
Cool.
Yeah, his back 1-1 also a lot of times was missing on ducking characters that hits a lot more consistently, and then the option select changes affect rating a lot.
Yeah. Couple more to go, and then we got a belt battle.
Yeah,
We're still doing the belt battle.
Of course we'll talk about
Is there a handicap for this belt battle?
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it.
Are we going to take an intermission from our sponsors at all? I mean,
No.
I'm getting tired.
I hear you.
Jen fell asleep twice.
But she's still nailing those videos.
Oh, absolutely. Bang.
Quan Chi, kind of just talk about him a little bit.
In Quan Chi, his away 2, there was a sword move where you could hold now. Before the hitbox and that thing would actually, it was turning off at some frames if you did the charge version of it, where now it's consistently throughout. And also if you hold that move down the entire time, it does like a little bit of a bounce reaction. So it gives a little bit of different combos you can do after a trance, but they don't do much. They actually do less damage than the combos did before, but it just gives you some different options to do.
Okay. Just you'll have to read about Quan Chi. There's some stuff that'll help you out there. It's just not all to show. Goro though.
Hashtag punch walk.
Hashtag punch. Let's talk about Goro.
It's actually
He's a forearmed guy, real big.
Let's discuss who Goro is
Yeah.
as a human.
The Prince of Shokan,
Shokan.
former champion of Mortal Kombat.
A prince.
He's a prince.
Master of combat.
The master of combat. His brother is Durak. His father is Gorbak.
Okay, we're going way
moving
too
on,
into that. Wow, thank you,
I
Steve.
don't even know what he's talking about.
I knew the Durak one. I didn't know the other one. That was good. So, Goro is super hyped to watch in like if people play.
I love watching
Everyone
Goro.
loves watching Goro. Now you're gonna have some more reasons to play him.
So Goro, now if you just do a randomly YOLO punch walk that people tend to do when they're playing Goro, you can now confirm into the enhanced punch walk by hitting the block right for the last hit and get the enhanced version on the normal punch walk. And I think that'll open up a lot of the game where a lot of times now you go into getting to enhance off of normal moves where before you would only get a little bit of damage. That gives him a little bit more damage. He's got a lot of hitbox fixes here and there. This move now hits mid where before you could duck it. So that being a mid will change the game in the Kutan Warrior a little bit.
Back 1-2, up 2. Now we'll hit a little bit more consistently. Before he kind of didn't move forward. Now in that last he moves forward a little bit, so off a jump in or from a little bit out of right around max range. It'll hit more consistently.
That combo would tend to miss on some of the smaller characters, but now actually a little bit more consistently. His up one is actually a little faster than it was before, so you can actually use it as a little bit more reliable anti-air, especially on people jumping over you. It gives you a little bit of combos in the corner now too. You get like 4 up ones in the combo.
Nice. Stomp is better now this time around?
Yes.
Stomp on miss recovers a little faster.
It's pretty noticeable. You have to kind of be ready to whip punish it.
Yeah, where it can still be punished, but it's not something where you can miss it and you have all day to punish
Yeah,
it.
right.
Especially on knockdown situations where you can see whether or not you guys are going to roll through.
Let's take a look at Dragon Fang, because there's been a nice addition to that too.
So Dragon Fangs used to have this move as a command normally, where that move is actually a special command now where it's supposed to transfer into it. It does a little bit more damage and it has an enhanced version with armor on it.
So we didn't give him a new move. We took one of his moves and made it a special. So now you can start doing overhead low mix-ups with it.
Yeah.
Right, like 1-1-2, the last hits the overhead. So if they're blocking high, you can start mixing up with a low. It also allows you to use it as a wake-up attack or reversal, and the EX one is advantage on block, so he recovers before them. So you can use that in pressure. You could do a block straight into it, and then they block it. Then you keep your offense going for using a barometer.
Yeah, it's not something that leads to a combo or anything. It's just a hard knockdown, but it's just something that like let Dragon Fang go. Keep his pressure going on top of you.
Right,
Gotcha.
and it kind of complements the punch walk thing. So if you can do like 1-2 this or 2-1 this hits overhead, you can do that into punch walks. If they get strong because they thought you were going to do low, you go to punch walk, then you confirm it, you get a combo.
So everything ends with punch walk.
Everything.
In general, you should be punch walking.
Yeah,
The whole match.
The goal flow chart has a
Starts
punch
and ends
walk.
with punch,
Yeah,
got
I
it.
think the goal flow chart is like a punch walk in the side. Everything else.
Okay.
And his fireball has better recovery now. Both his green fist and the Tiger R Fury fireball.
It's something that's slight, but you'll still generally get red punish on it, but it's not where it was like greatly disadvantaged where it was before.
Right. Final character, Tremor. Do we just talk about him briefly?
Yeah, we can just talk about him.
Well, Tremor's made out of rock.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
He's got 3 variations. Was also in the Special Forces game.
He was.
And he's a ninja.
Truth.
Yeah,
All
rock
the truth.
ninja.
Huh? A rock ninja. Yeah.
And he's
rock
a good character.
ninja.
Yeah, I heard he's a good character. I heard he was abysmal, but then he went good.
First he was abysmal, then it turned out he was good.
Right.
Interesting.
So the main changes with Tremor is an aftershock. It has that thing fixed where if you do the delayed quake and then you have somebody block when you're normals and the delayed quake hits them, now there'll actually be a hit stun for the entire length of it, letting you continue your combos. There's a few frames shaved off of a couple of his specials, the down back 1 and down back 2 ones. They have like 3 frames shaved off the front. The gold versions that are projectiles and the down back 1, those have a few frames shaved off the end. It lets you play a little bit more of his own game with Tremor, but in general he doesn't have a lot of changes to him. There's also been a couple of bug fixes where in Crystalline, his like little blast projectiles on down back 1 were actually getting canceled out by some of the backgrounds if you were too close to the corner. That's actually been fixed now. So.
Okay, great.
Right.
So that right there is our patch notes.
I'm exhausted.
They're an hour worth of patch notes, and there's still a lot that like you'll probably enjoy about your character that we just didn't talk about because just quality of life stuff, making things faster. Your character will probably they'll play better for you now. Hopefully, hope you enjoyed the patch notes, Paulo. Excellent job. It was fun.
A lot of things is some of the changes like the general like collision fixes on things hitting better where that'll actually affect matchups where you wouldn't think it would as much, but that'll affect some matchups greatly.
All right. I have shout-outs. Are we done?
Yeah, go and do shout-outs.
All right, cool. Here we go. Happy birthday shout-outs. We got Dakota, August 28. I'm guessing his birthday was on August 28. Andy Cruz, Alex, Lupe, happy birthday Lupe, and Marty, happy birthday Marty.
Yeah.
And then just people that wanted shout-outs, because I guess...
Hey, don't open this bag. That's a Pandora's box.
You sure? Can I do it just
go
this
ahead
one?
and do these,
Okay.
but we don't accept all shout-outs.
No. I had, there was tons, but I went with 3. So we have Avis Salmo,
Okay.
Empress Molina, which of course I'm going to give a shout out to, and Mike Snow. There it is.
So those are your patch notes. Within the next half hour, please look at NetherRealm's Twitter, and we will have a link to find the entire list. The patch should be hitting you guys tomorrow at some point.
Yeah, so some countries might actually get it tonight. If you happen to live in New Zealand or something, you might be playing the patch tonight. But it'll be out sometime before tomorrow.
It should be propagating over the next day or so. I'm sure you all came here to find out some other exciting news. We don't have anything like that for you right now, but I will tell you this. I will tell you this.
Did Random Select have any patch changes?
Oh, there are no patch changes for the character called Random Select. He
I don't mean
is
to throw
working.
you off.
No, he's
Go back
working
to
as
the-
intended.
Okay.
And it looks a lot like Kodal.
So, I know you're looking for some big time information about Mortal Kombat. Let me tell you this. Later this week, you should pay attention to all of the different social media channels. You know, maybe you'll have some big news from Mortal Kombat this week.
Interesting.
We'll see. So with that information out there, and I hope you guys are all very excited to find out more about the future, let's talk about the present.
Yeah, so present. So we're going to do a belt battle.
This is the belt.
And this is us battling. So there should be a handicap in this match because earlier in the week, Tyler decided, hey, I'm going to smash Derek's thumb with a big metal door and send him to the hospital to get stitches. So that happened. And I haven't been able to really play for, I don't know, like a week now?
No, we played yesterday and you did just fine.
You generally
Yesterday was Sunday.
Also, I thought we got rid of the option selects.
Oh.
So I'm not going to make excuses because this community hates excuses.
I did accidentally slam Derek's hand in the door earlier this week, and he did have to get stitches. It's not broken, thankfully.
Yeah. But it's tender.
So it's like set up for in case you lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Steve, would you mind holding the belt and polishing it, please?
Oh. Whew, and we're doing best 2 out of 3.
Let's just do 2 out of 3 today.
Whoa. What?
Not 3 out of 5. Let's do 2 out of 3 today.
Okay. Are you sure?
I'm very no changing. Once we pick it, we pick it.
Okay. You
We're doing
can't change
2 out of 3.
All right.
All right, standard tournament rules.
Standard turret rules. What are those?
Yeah. What can you?
First 2 out of 3, variation, lock.
Variation.
Okay.
After you get swept, do you like stand up and like say, "Can we play some more matches with a different character?"
Oh man.
You're not doing any of that.
I maybe.
Oh man.
Let's do this.
Oh man. Dark.
Dropping the bombs.
JC.
Hey, you know what? Best of luck to you.
Best of luck to you, sir.
Not that hand.
Sorry about your thumb.
Okay.
Didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
It might work out for you though.
Derek going with piercing and interesting fisticuffs from Tyler. Tyler was a stunt double guy for months, and after a lot of kicking and screaming, has been trying fisticuffs lately, and it turns out he actually likes it.
I do. I don't use the fisticuff part a lot. I like the. Oops. I
You like the fireball?
Fireballs are better, yeah. Or I like the better half.
Ah!
All right, we have trademark zoning from Derek. Oh wow! Like YOLO ball.
That's also trademark out of Derek.
Good down 4. Shades of MK9. All right.
How are you doing those moves? Is that like a
It's actually very painful, but this is for the people.
good punishment?
I should throw because I am the throw punish of the world.
He got mad when we told him that earlier.
You blocked it, Tyler. Interesting punish. All right. Oh, interesting. The trademark
missed it.
standing 1 into 4-2.
Missed it though.
Okay, Tyler getting out of the corner with the bar. Going for some zoning.
Oh my goodness!
Derek absolutely getting zoned out here. Oh, good one punish. No,
no.
punish on the
Oh
top.
no! I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. Ah, nuts!
A lot of shadow kicks.
Nuts!
They're working today.
Yeah, they're working. They have a 90% success rate, so you should keep doing them.
Oh my gosh!
Johnny Cage zoning here. Okay, teleport. Throw. Uppercut, planet. Simple there. Keep it simple. Big life lead from Derek here. It's going to be hard for Tyler to make this up. Alright, here we go. He's got to get in though. Oh,
Woo! Na 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 na. Me! Na 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 na.
Just smash his other hand.
Round
Should, right?
fight.
there you go. The new now safe 4-3-4. Making hay with 4-3-4.
No. Don't you throw that beautiful old lady at me.
A lot of throws here.
Oh, how did that happen?
Standing up a little bit too early. Oh man, walking into it.
Oh no.
Anti-air nut punch. High risk offense from Derek here. Down 4 roll. Interesting. A nice.
Well, you know, I like to mix it up some.
A nice trick.
Round 2.
Now Tyler does have full bar, and Derek has none. So if Tyler can get him in the corner, all right, this could be really good. Oh no, drop combo.
No, no.
Here we go. A lot of 50-50s here.
No, no.
Man. And Derek can't break.
Oh my goodness.
That was pure insanity.
That made absolutely no sense.
Tom Brady would have been proud of it.
It's okay, though. It's okay.
It wasn't a flawless, so I'm happy about that. Oh man.
I wanted to do it. That was dumb. It was dumb to get rid of that beater, but
Derek's still in the corner. Good blocking from Tyler. All right. No, surprisingly, no wake-up roll. That's how you know Derek's playing very seriously right now.
Or he's not doing it. He's doing it.
All right, Tyler jumping over.
throw punish. I should have done that. I know better than that.
Throw punish. Good patience here. Not getting zoned out.
No.
Oh, punish. Uh-oh, let go block. This is gonna hurt.
Oh.
Tyler's in a
Thumb.
lot of trouble here.
Fruit.
Barrel of apples. It's almost over, and that'll be it.
Yes, sir!
Good games, buddy.
Well, hey, you know what? Thanks for taking it easy on me since you crippled me.
I got beat pretty bad there.
Did you want to do 3 out of 5?
No, no.
No?
Do you want to?
I mean, I thought we always were going to do 3 out of 5.
Let's do 3 out of 5.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm down 0.
2.
Yeah, that's
Round
fine.
1.
You gotta win 3 straight.
That's fine.
Okay.
I went to the well one too many
Yeah.
times.
Now Blanche is in play here. Zoning with size, not with Blanche.
Oh no.
Good punish.
Why are you always on his side?
Someone needs to be.
I think it's like the whole believe katana thing, maybe?
Yeah,
It's like
that's true.
subliminal.
Throw punish for the win. Well, it's not really a win.
Oh. Tyler's in the corner. Tyler, do the X-Net punch.
Oh, I let go.
Not there. Oh, big jumping. No convert. Down one. Watch out for wake up roll.
Yes.
It's getting intense. Are you excited?
That is the hollow excited face.
It's almost like they're playing something.
What was that? What was that?
Does he have infinite meter?
Seems like it. No! Oh my gosh.
Okay, kicks her into the corner. Get some zoning. EX teleport. Tyler, you gotta be careful about those teleports. Bait them out. Meter burn throw.
Oh,
Oh no.
That was a waste.
Waste a meter there.
No.
Okay, comeback is possible here. You can't count Tyler out. Unfortunately, he's not at low enough damage to have buff, shadow buff.
I thought I had. Okay, my bad.
Fight.
He just ruined it out there.
Sure did.
EX nut punch. In and out punch. Alright, 1-1-3, that's the low. Then the overhead, good blocking from Derek. Watch out for that teleport.
Oh no!
Hey, good, caught him.
Caught him.
Caught him. Caught the con. Alright, no one has any meter, so no one's gonna be spamming armor attack.
Oh no. Who says we spam them? No!
And Tyler gets a game! Momentum is shifting.
Get this belt off me, I don't deserve it.
Oh,
Wow, roll to start.
I've been started already. He knew that.
He knew, that's Yomi. Yomi level 2.
What? Hey.
Is that MK3 over there?
No convert.
Achievement.
Achievement unlocked.
Blanche advantage.
Oh, tried to backdash on a
Didn't
window.
expect that.
Caught him out of the air. No convert though.
That's my foot in your face.
Set point here.
Woo!
Who are you rooting for?
I'm unbiased at all times.
Fight.
My thumb hurts for a reason, although we should kind of be on his side. We go to lunch together.
Good punish.
Nuts.
Now Derek does have meter.
Nuts!
Chooses to use armor. Good bait from Tyler.
So is that combo that Tyler does fall into 100%
That's the 10 out of 10 rule for sure. He always hits it. Well,
No.
he hits it.
Get me out of this corner.
Lucky. That was such a lucky
Oh man.
Oh!
That was like a
Oh, Derek hits the
Got
floor
it.
and that
Let's
was
go.
it.
Yes, sir!
You see that lucky punish he had though? Jump back, pushing
Oh.
buttons.
And the classic.
Old school.
It's not my fault that it's down.
Good job, dude.
Thank
Derek
you.
is the champion until next time.
When is next time? Soon?
We'll have some guys from the studio come in and play against each other in a week or so, maybe.
That sounds fun.
Just kind of we have a lot of guys who are learning the game and playing a lot. They get them on stream and have them play against each other in the heat of the moment where it's really challenging.
Ooh.
We'll have a belt battle. We'll play against the community. Again, pay attention to your social media. We'll have some cool announcements for you this week.
This week.
Thank you to Steve Brownback. Welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Paulo, thank you so much. Good work.
Tyler.
Derek.
Oh, stop it.
Okay.
Okay, that's horrible.
bad news.
Alright, next time.
Don't gift that.
Oh,
They just did.
Yeah.
It's already gift. And Jen, thank you, Jen. everybody.
Hey, Jen.
Hey.
So we will see you soon. Make sure you follow our Twitter, and we'll have the full patch notes in about a half hour.
Yeah, now tonight, reboot your Xbox over and over again, checking if the patches are.
And tweet me and be like, "Where is it?"
Yeah.
Because I love reading them. So I get a lot of that.
Yeah, you do.
So guys, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.